Good morning, Master Supreet.
Very good morning, Suresh sir. In the previous video, you spoke about the objectives and introduction about study plan and exam preparations. Could you tell us what is a study plan?
Yes, of course. Study plan is an organized schedule that includes timings, then a set of goals of an individual, and it's a kind of a blueprint for one's life. It includes various activities and various objectives like dates, timings, and even when I say activities like students, they will have various activities. Say, for example, they will have to attend quizzes, they will have to write the exams, they have to study, and they have to get prepared for various extracurricular activities as well. Okay, and when they come back to home, then they have to look into how many hours are available and for how many hours they need to study, what are the subjects they need to study. So, study plan includes almost all these activities, and it's a it's an iterative in its nature. Yes,
Yeah.
Supreet.
Sir, is study plan and timetable similar?
A wonderful question indeed. Many people they mistake about study plan and exam preparation. As far as study plan is concerned, it is a subjective in its nature. It differs from person to person. Say, for example, if you can take around 3 hours to study any one of the chapters in your English reader, another friend can take up around 6 hours. And if you are able to complete one subject within a day, your friend might take 3 days to complete it. So, this is how it differs from person to person. Each individual needs to have his or her own study plan. And whereas timetable is uniform one, it's an objective in nature. Okay, it is, say you talk about timetable of your school, your class, right? So then it is same for all the students, understood? So that is the main difference. Then another very important difference is its study plan is a comprehensive in its nature. There are many things go into the study plan. Say, for example, a lot of thinking, planning, then methodologies to be taken into. Then you need to talk about the problems faced by students. So these are all very important factors. And whereas timetable, it doesn't look into almost all these aspects of each and every child, his problems, maybe about methodologies are there, but not in detail. Okay, yes.
Sir, what is the importance of the study plan?
Well, study plan is a key to success. Study plan is must for each and every student. Okay, it prepares learners to face the life with a kind of disciplined life. It teaches how one should have a discipline in his life, in his or her life, and it also teaches us how to spend time judiciously, and it makes an individual a complete man, like a man with a lot of confidence as well. Yes.
Are there any analytical approaches that would make a effective study plan?
Yes, of course, there are few. But on the very outset, one must know how to set his or her goals. And they must be prioritized, which one he has to accomplish first. Okay? Then to say few study, approaches or analytical approaches, the very first thing is one must know how much time is available, how many hours are available for his study plan. Then the very important factor, another approach or analytical approach is um, what are the materials, study materials are available to study. Then third one is um, how much time he has to allot for each and every subject. Okay. Then the fourth one is how to create a conducive atmosphere to make a teaching learning process more fruitful, or students' life is more fruitful one. Yes.
Could you focus on some important aspects of study plan, Suresh sir?
Yes, of course. It has got innumerable aspects to talk about. Few study plan is a plan which prepares a child to be away from procrastination. Do you know what is a procrastination? Procrastination means when exams are about to come, students they think about their much, they become a more panic, and oh my god, which subject shall I study now? What to study and what not to study? Oh, I'm getting stressed. I'm becoming a panic. So it removes that. So it is keeps an individual more productive. Okay, it prepares an individual to be away from procrastination, and it tells what to do and when to do. There will be chunks, there will be parts. This subject has to be studied at this time, this subject has to be studied in this time, and all. Okay, so this is one aspect. Another thing is time management. Time management is very, very important in everyone's life, right? So if you have a study plan, that study plan prepares an individual to manage the time very well. There will be allotment of times for each and everything. So he manages time very well over there. And another very important thing is stress free. Even National Education Policy 2020 also advocates that children must learn under stress free atmosphere environment. So it students, if they have their own study plan, they will be certainly away from the pressure and stress. And finally, scoring. So if you want to get good score in any subject, one needs to have a well planned study plan, right? It is rightly said, failing to plan is planning to fail. So one needs to have a wonderful planning to be more successful and maybe more very progressive in his studies. Yes.
Sir, a good study environment is as important as a study plan.
Yes.
Can you say some tips for a good study environment?
Certainly. Um, Conducive atmosphere or good study space is as equally important as a study plan. One needs to have comfortable zone. It's a key to success. Comfort is a key to success, we say. How? See, now we are sitting over here. We have chairs. We are sitting on chairs, and we have table. And this is quite comfortable for us now. I can study. If students they don't have at least minimum requirements like benches, study table, and chairs, and probably what does a student do? He, when he comes back home, he goes to bed, he lies down there, and certainly brain is very brilliant thing. If there is a kind of very comfortable bed, the brain sends a signals, oh, now it's a time for you to take rest. So instead of studying, student might go for sleep. He might sleep. So one must not study in the bed as well. Okay, this is one point. And another very important thing is a kind of personalization in his study room. Study room must have the photos of an individual's parents. So parents are said to be the real gods for everyone. So parents have their own expectations about their children. They visualize their children future. So that makes him aware of what my parents want me to become. So that is a very important thing. A student must have the photos of his parents. This is one thing. Then some inspirational quotes are like inspirational quotes like man is the creator of his own destiny, right? Swami Vivekananda said that. Then there is no shortcut to success, right? And I'm great, I can do great things. Okay? And success needs 99% of perspiration and only 1% of inspiration. That's why I have to study hard, I have to study well. So, such inspirational quotes should be displayed over the walls. Then, talking about the colors of the walls. The wall colors must be very decent ones, very pleasing ones. Students can have a light blue color, maybe purple, orange, and all. Yeah, this is what one thing. And then another very important thing is stay away from cell phones. See, nowadays you know very well. Even probably you might have used cell phones during pandemic, during COVID-19. So they are useful, no doubt about it. Mobiles are very essential, but they must be used for constructive work. If a student wants to refer for his further information, he can do it. But nowadays, it's very pathetic that children are playing games on it. Okay, they are getting distracted by that, right? So one must learn. One must stay away from the mobiles to concentrate very well on his studies. This another important. Then one more thing as far as cleanliness and neatness is concerned. There is a saying I hope you might be knowing.
Clear up the clutter.
Yeah. Clear away the clutter. Yes. The room must be very clean, neat, and tidy. Okay. There must not be things in a hazardous way. If you have a table in front of you, table must be very clean, chairs must be very clean, the room must be very clean. Okay. And very few books. Which book you are going to study? Have that. And have a notebook, have a pen. So it must be very pleasing one. And it's all rightly said that cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes, of course. So room must be very clean and neat. And finally, give away music. Yeah. So if music is, it's said that music has a soothing power, and some of the researchers have proved that music makes an individual to have a cognitive process, means retention and memory, that helps. Either it is prior to his study or while studying, light music, pleasing music might be played. But music shouldn't be like a kind of rock music. Okay, it should not distract the students. Okay, so these are the important aspects of a conducive study space. That's what I could say.
Yes, sir. Thank you for this great information, Suresh, sir.
Oh, it's my pleasure indeed, Master Supri. Thank you so much for interviewing me.
Welcome, sir.